So we are collaborating with different, organizations, people who think alike, so that we can all come together and facilitate this process, which includes education institutions, some PSUs and organizations. Outcomes, of course, I've already spoken to you about it. We want to become a one-stop resource and research center. We also want to replicate this model in regional areas, so that the reach is far much more. We want to leverage the craft sector. We want to contribute to cultural economy. Intangible. Of course, when people come here, they take pride in what they're doing, because there's a platform there at national level. So craftsmen, they haven't traveled from their villages, and then we call them here to the national capital of the country, and that in itself gives them a morale boost, and they want to. And also, right now we see that this generation is not retaining the craft. They're finding other sources of employment. But when they come to the Red Fort, there is this new energy to invest in craft, because they feel, yes. So there are a lot of intangible outcomes actually. Project methodology, I've already spoken to you about, 6 months project, and but we have to work for the full year to make it happen, because we are floating, we are identifying crafts, we are doing cluster visits. We also go back to the villages to see, to verify the applications that we receive. So sometimes we also end up rejecting some because we don't believe in product ideas, or it's not as rare as it sounds in the application. So these are the components of display. We have introduction. We've also documented GI Crafts of India. So there's an interactive screen over there where state-wise there is which GI products include, and the description of them, which you see at the center. We have incubation projects, about 25 projects that we've completed so far in the last 3 years. So there are displays of those, and some traditional crafts and contemporary art installations. This is a GI gallery. I'll quickly take you through this is Desi brown cotton. It comes out of soil brown in color, so it does not need dyeing. And this is found in Dharwad region of Karnataka. We worked on this project. This is same project. Camel belt braiding. This is from Rajasthan. So this belt that camels would wear, and but then now they're not being made so much. So we're using the same technique of braiding to make other products. And a very famous designer from National Institute of Design has been working on it for 50-60 years.
Yes.
So we collaborated with him to do this project. This is the display of those products. Ganjifa playing cards from Orissa. It's traditionally a set of 108 cards, and we've come out with the French suit, and some based on the themes, like the monsoon, the seasons themes. So for rainy season, for monsoon we've used peacock as imagery. For summer we've used mangoes. So those kind of products you'll see there. This is the display. Yoga poses as well. Chamakalam, these are carpets from Karnataka. So this is the display of that. You see there's a loom also. So you'll see this place where the artisans came and worked. Nettle yarn is bichu grass from Uttaranchal. It's also found in other states. So it's very difficult to also take out the material, to source the material, because it's tricky, and it's also coarse. That's why. So an artisan from Chhattisgarh actually went to Uttarakhand and did product innovation with this. We are doing some natural dyeing at the center. Kanauj Attar, the perfumes, oil-based perfumes. This is one project. Shola peat. These are used for pandal decorations in West Bengal. So we've converted them to framed pieces of work, because they don't have much of a life as they catch dust, and you can't maintain them. So if you put them within glass frame, then the life increases. And so how art, rather than just being utilitarian, can also become a collector's item. If you have it framed on your wall, and there can be a limited edition. That's how you let it more exclusivity. So this is also our objective, to close those boundaries, between art and craft, so that craft also becomes art. This is the Shola peat display. There's also some cross-pollination when artisans, exchange ideas with each other when they are at the center. They are inspired from each other in the processes. They learn a lot. Tholu Povlata is leather puppetry from Andhra Pradesh. So this is one project. We have created a Dasavtar panel. with that. Tangalia weaving, which is from Gujarat. So what you see these as beads on the fabric are actually knots that are made when weaving. So you make a knot, it's not beads, it's the knots. How precise they have to be when they are weaving, and it cannot be done in silk. It can be done in cotton, but cotton and silk also, but not pure silk because it will slip. The beads will. Yeah, it's actually the warp and the weft making knots in that. So these are some. This is my favorite on the left. This actually shows the process of making that craft. That is the warp and the weft, and how do you make the beads. Himalayan Indigo, there's this NGO in Uttarakhand which works a lot with, which has actually started indigo plantation in the hills. So this is one such project, and it's also given livelihood to women, and they're also dependent on seasonal crops. So off season they are doing this and getting additional money. This is the artisan who was working there during that time. Water hyacinth, this grows widely in many states, and we focused on Assam. And this actually is it kills the aquatic life. Yeah. So how this can be used for product innovation and can also give employment to people locally. Palm leaf weaving from Tamil Nadu, we have empowered women by doing this craft, where it was earlier restricted to men, and now women have come out and they started to become more independent. These are the women who are working here. Tumba craft, this is made of lauki ki sabji. So you dry it up and and then perforations you make with a tool, and that's how the design comes out.
So sitar bhi to
हाँ, इससे musical instruments भी बन रहा है. These are the tools that are used. So you'll see more in detail. Dhokra metal craft, you would have seen the jewelry that is available in the market. So we've come up with fridge magnets based on insect themes and some wind chimes. Cherry doll making, this is a rare craft, and this we worked with IIT Hyderabad to do this project, and it's a part of their storytelling. So they make it's a 52 doll set, which they which they use to tell stories. So once in 60-70 years, they make a set because it lasts them that long. So it's kind of dying. So we've documented it, we've had a display, and then we've also taken out a new range of products for
is
these.
that one used in Golu?
That's I'm not sure.
Andhras.
No, that's
Still in
Andhra and
Tamil
Tamil Nadu both.
So basically they have the dolls as it's a festival where they decorate kind of a platform.
They make
This is a storytelling that goes for 2-3 days continuously. Mostly they do it over the night, and in day they take a break and they go to the farms and everything. But this is a storytelling tradition which is not part of any festival. These people move from one village to another village.
Only for storytelling.
Board games, the chess that we know, so you'll see an elaborate display